business, which is called WIEDlY. These are the contents for our presentation for today. Okay, so first of all, WIEDlY is an event planning application that mainly involves planning an event from A to Z, fully on the application in one click. It's designed to be very easy and accessible for all users. And what makes it one of a kind is that other applications don't involve all the payments and all the procedures and all the planning on the application, but our app does so. So it's designed to maintain the entire event in one click.
Okay, so we created a mind map. So we start with the market analysis. We select professional event planners to create the events that the customer needs. Second, the product innovation, the service for the events the customer who want to make an event and doesn't have the knowledge to create the event. So the professional event planners that we are selected, they will help the customers. The marketing strategy. We start with the logo and the marketing of the app and the theme of the app. And then the digital marketing on the social media platforms, operational efficiency, make rules and regulations for the app and the registers that use the application. The financial planning, it's all about the app development, all the finances of the app development, marketing and licenses. Second, we have the customer experience. The customer satisfaction of how they use the application and all the procedures that they exist in the application. Team developing, we develop a strong team that consists of caterers, app developers, and customer planner and event planners. Sustainability innovation. We will create a green events that will include in the events, recycling events and use of raw materials.
Recycling events?
Recycling events.
What do you mean by recycling events?
Recycling events, we will make events that يعني هنعمل it's all sustainable, like مثلا ممكن نعمل green markets, like بازار market كلها sustainable. البرودكتس الرو ماتيريالز اللي في البرودكتس البراندز هيستخدموها ممكن تبقى فورمز براندز بلاتفورمز. في دلوقتي براندز طالعه جديده it's all about forms، كل حاجه خارجه من forms. في بقى recycling necklaces, accessories, تي شيرتس. في مثلا زي مثلا ديكاثلون مثلا دول بيعملوا مثلا تي شيرت سبورتس وير كلها عباره عن recycling بلاستيك بالحاجات دي.
Okay, so for the SWOT analysis, one of the strengths of our application is that first of all, this service is not very widespread. Yes, there are other apps that do similar types of services, but there are nearly no apps that provide the service of planning the event from A to Z and buying the table and the setups and everything on the application all in one, including the payment and everything. Usually in real life, you see the application, maybe they schedule the event and maybe they choose the venue, but they don't actually pay the full payment and know how much the event will exactly cost before they check out from the application. So it's considered new and innovative and one of a kind. Second of all, it's easily accessible to all the target market. It's made very user-friendly and easy to use. Third of all, we provide many different options and there's a wide variety for the venues, the setups, the catering options, all of this. Lastly, for the strengths, our prices are actually standard, not like changing like other similar service providers that actually provide maybe packages that vary differently. Our packages are actually stable. As for the weaknesses, the application may crash if there are too many users accessing the application at the same time. The catering companies are partners, therefore the prices are not controlled by our business, which makes us actually vulnerable to the catering companies. Lastly, our application doesn't target the larger community because some like a huge bulk of our target market may not be able to use the application, like older people and stuff. So they might not have the knowledge on how to use the application. However, we tried to make it very user friendly.
Okay, for our opportunities, we may expand the app across the MENA region. Second, partnerships with vendors that interest the clients, such as, for example, food technology providers, entertainers, food trucks. The third one, provide an on-ground service with the same qualifications to target larger proportion of the market that doesn't have knowledge about how to use the application. For the threats, the suppliers of the shares and fixed assets may change prices suddenly due to economic conditions. Second, the demand for the service may reduce due to the economic downturn, such as people deciding to reduce certain events like weddings and certain concerts. Lastly, the application may crash if there is no unexpected demand, which may lead to a rise in the cost. For our business model canvas, first the key partners are the catering companies. The key activities, we provide a virtual event planning experience that is easy and accessible for customers to customize the events the way they want while expecting the least price.
And I'm worried. I'm very worried about the pricing structures that you are mentioning here, because you mentioned that your key partners here is that they are catering companies, and currently in Egypt the catering prices is changing per day. So how you are making a price which is stable through the application, and you are depending on other suppliers?
It's not stable. البرايسز بتاعتنا based على الكومبانيز بتاعت الكيترينج اللي
The
احنا
previous
هنعمل
slide,
partnership
the
معاهم.
previous partner was mentioning that your prices is stable and standard.
There
So
are stable packages for the setup and the tables and the furniture, but the only thing that may vary, like we have an agreement with the
So
catering
the-
companies on certain packages, but they might change according to economic conditions, but they're actually, the rest of the packages are stable.
بس according to the changes that the catering companies will set, احنا برضه هنغير من الابلكيشن الابديتس اول باول على البرايسز بتاعتنا.
وبعدين البرايسز بتتغير based على كل كيترينج
what is the assumption of contingency that you do based on your pricing? Percentage of contingency, how much?
10%.
Do you think that it is rational to make an assumption 10% and you are not responsible about the whole supply chain? You understand the meaning of the whole supply chain? You are not controlling the whole supply to
أيوة.
provide the material.
We're dependent on.
Do you think that the contingency 10% it is managed? Do you think it's acceptable or you have to increase it? And I have many of my friends, they are opening booths and cafes and everything. They said that they change the menu per day.
هو
عشان
بس
economic
احنا يعني
conditions.
the main target of our application is to try to make the packages somewhat stable, because people who nowadays plan weddings and events like this, they never receive a stable package. So we try to keep all the packages stable, but if there are any
Do you
changes,
think
we'll
that
update.
when you make your prices stable and your assumptions is stable, you will end up by a profitable situation?
يعني احنا
According
هنحاول
to
نعمل
So our
balance.
assumptions,
يعني هو المفروض
it's
اتس
possible.
بس احنا بنتارجت الكاستمرز، احنا مش زي اللارج
Which
كوربريشن
customer, which segment you are targeting?
A and B segment.
Proceed.
For our customer, for our customer relationship, we provide customers with after-sales service and regular surveys to check the quality. The customer segments age for people who are 21 plus, the gender are male and female. The income levels are 20,000 plus. Location, we are opening in Cairo and Alexandria. The channels, because we are
Or you are using only Apple Store. You are not looking for people who have
Google Play,
and
Apple Store, and Google Play.
Google Play for Android.
Yes. For our cost structure, the labels are average $240,000. Shares,
Your
Egyptian,
assumptions are in dollars or in Egyptian
no,
pounds?
no, it's a typo actually.
Egyptian pound. The shares are 15,000. Usable fabrics are 693,000. But
Skip.
the revenue.
Okay. So about the quarters 5 forces model, we apply quarters to see if our company is risky or not. As in conclusion, the company is risky because to many reasons. The first of first of new entrants, if any application or any company set an application like our application, it will be very fit to our application because it will compete in the prices and the type of events that we are set. Working part of suppliers. Suppliers are the most important factor in our event application because they are supplied to our, including all the event equipment. Suppliers are the one who supplies a lot.
Yes, since you have a lot of challenges and competitors and
Yes, we have a lot
all
of competitors and challenges. But
what are the reasons for choosing this project?
choosing this project عشان we are mainly focusing on the customer only. احنا بنحاول نبعد عن السيتويشنز بتاعت large corporations والكومبانيز الكبار اللي هم بيعملوا a huge bulk of events يعني بماني كبيره. فاحنا بنحاول نتارجت the small segment of the customer اللي هو مثلا like مثلا weddings, business meetings, birthday parties, اي يعني احنا بنحاول نتارجت the youth who are open ان احنا نعمل events like this and they're easy to use the application. In conclusion, الويت بتاع البورتر's water it's 89 so it's risky.
It's very, very risky.
Yes, it's very
Okay, so for our demand forecasting, this was what we concluded. The product mix we have derived from an interview with an event planning coordinator at an Egyptian company. He provided us with these percentages for the product mix, and these are the calculations for the best, average, and worst case
How you get the
scenarios.
best? How you get this 500 based on what? How you figure out the 500?
We estimated يعني the number of يعني from online research برضو, not only interviews. يعني the interview got us the percentages for the product mix, but we searched online for the average number of events or weddings that an event planning company may have yearly, and we developed the best case scenario and the average and the worst based on these numbers.
Do you think that your staff will be able to cover more than an event per day?
Yes, because we have 4 venues in Cairo and Alexandria, and we have several
What do you mean by
event
venues?
planners.
You are going to buy a place?
Yes.
The locations. We have 4 locations.
We own the location.
You own
It's part
4
of our-
locations?
Yes, it's part of the fixed assets.
You own 4 locations?
Yes, we're rich.
وبعدين يا دكتور يعني احنا مش هنعرف.
So since you are having 4 locations and you are making assumption that the minimum situation or the minimum things that you have it for 4 locations, since you own 4 locations, so you have 4 places and you have 360 days, so you are underestimating your demand for customers.
No,
I have 4 places. Since I have 4 places, so I have to utilize these 4 places. The year is including 365 days. I would say that we're going to work 360 only. So 4 times 300, so it is 1,200. So
Yes, but we didn't want to overestimate because there are different seasons in the year where there are more events other than the rest of
so
the year.
if you have more events, so you can.
But some of the times of the year have less events than the usual. So مثلا in the holidays there are more events.
I agree with you. So you can make the best case scenario 1,000, and the average scenario is 500, and the worst scenarios it's 250. But
Yes,
I think
we
that
didn't
you.
want to overestimate it, so we can also manage it well.
You make an assumption of the capacity. You said that you own 4 places. If you didn't own the 4 places, I would say yes, you are correct.
Yes,
But you mentioned that you own 4 places. Proceed.
But يعني not necessarily إن يبقى في event في 4 places. يعني ممكن
I
يبقى
agree.
3 مثلا or 2 are.
So this is why you are making scenario. So in the worst case scenario, and you own the 4 places, it didn't work. You understand? Next.
As for the technical analysis for the application, we will use all the new technology and the new app developers to develop our applications and the theme of the application and other technical system in the application.
For the legal analysis, we will be we have commitment to Egypt data privacy regulations, including personal data protection law, and also obtaining the required license and safeguarding the application's intellectual property. For the fixed asset table, first the tables, we have made the calculations based, we got the prices based on our Google search, and we found the averages of the prices of this fixed assets.
So you are searching for Google via Indonesia for the prices, or in which places?
Egypt.
So you have to determine the site that you are looking for. It's not Google, because Google can guide you to Indonesia. Google can guide you to Spain. So you have to play. I will go for Morshidi, I will go for IKEA Egypt, not Google. حاجة جوجل سلمني عليه.
and جوجل بس برضه عن كمان عاملين للسبلايز، كنا مسألين السبلايز فعرفنا كل البرايسز دي جايه منين. The depreciation, the tables have 10% depreciation, the shares will have also 10% depreciation, the transportation trucks have 20%.
Can you go for the fixed assets, please? Again? If you follow the items here that you say tables, the chairs, reusable fabrics, lighting, so the reusable fabrics, it is utilities, is not included in the fixed assets. What do you think? Is it fixed asset? Reusable fabrics?
It's fixed asset.
Fixed assets? Fabrics is a fixed asset.
It's a fixed asset، ما دي حاجة بنستخدمها عشان نعمل بيها.
Fabrics, fixed assets? Fabrics, fixed assets? Fabrics is a fixed asset? Answer. Yes or no? Okay. Sound systems, office, transportation. Where is the location that you mentioned here? Why you didn't mention the location? You said that you own 4 locations. Where they are here?
في two places في
فين?
عندنا.
Where?
We didn't add it because يعني we made a mistake here. It's not.
This is the second mistake. Thank you. Next, proceed.
The depreciation, the tables were depreciated by 10%, the chairs by 10%, and the transportation trucks by 20%, the office by 10%.
You think that the contingent, how you make your assumption of the contingency?
Based on our research.
Based on what to make your contingency?
Fixed assets. You said يعني حضرتك we should increase the percentage more than 10%.
Why? Why I mentioned that?
Because because of the locations and احنا قصدي because of the catering companies that we depend on them.
Based on the portal and the risk situation, not based on me, based on your analysis, the
I
tools that
believe
you are
that we
applying.
should
Next,
increase it based
next, please.
The sales, we calculated based on the quantity we found in the, we calculated in the demand forecasting and the prices we get the best, the average, and the worst for the catering, the furniture, and
You mentioned that you are going to provide the 3 items here: the catering, the furniture, the decorations. So you are going to sell the catering. You are taking the catering and you will sell it to another one.
no.
This is what you are writing here.
احنا مش هنسال الفيديو.
Who is doing the sales? Who is making these calculations? So thank you. I need an answer for the catering.
احنا مش هنسلم الكيترينج، احنا بنعمل بارتنرشيبس مع يعني ناخد منهم الحاجه.
You are an intermediate for one
Yes.
person, and you are going to provide it and add your commissions.
يعني البرايسز دي بيزد على الكيترينج كومبانيز.
It is just one item or
We're
different.
like an intermediary.
I know, and just to mention that. Are you going to make it different levels of categories?
Yes, you'll have a package يعني مثلا.
Where are the packages here?
لا ما it's a stable package but they can vary in the
So I will ask you for premium services, and you're going to give me the same prices for the
No,
premium
I-
services.
برضه على
the
كل
same
كاستمر
level.
بيبقى عايز ايه، في حاجات كتير ممكن يبقى كاستمر عنده مثلا يونيك
Exactly where that you are going to fix it, the prices.
the package is the same but they can يعني choose their own preferences. But
Okay,
it's the
yeah, I
same
know.
price package but with the different selections.
Next, please.
Okay, for the raw materials, there is no production process, but there is no raw materials because we take everything ready.
Where is the utilities? Where are the other things for the utilities for the fabrics? I think the fabrics has not been placed in the correct place.
Yes, because we previously mentioned that we put it in fixed
What are the things that you are going to sell here as inventory of finished goods? What are the things that you bring it and you're going to sell it? Are you going to sell to me you're going to sell to me the services, صح كده?
Yes.
Are you going to take the chair after you finish your
No. بس يعني we provided.
what are the finished goods? You don't have finished goods. Do you have finished goods? Why?
عشان انا مش بنيوز حاجه اصلا انا بعمل سيرفيس.
الفكره ان
It's a service.
واللايتنج سيستم والحاجات دي احنا كده كده هنسيب before the event وافتر the event
This
يخلص
is your assets. This is your assets. And these assets are going to be depreciated. You're not going to sell chairs or tables or all these things.
we will rent
Who are going to rent from you?
I'm the
Not
provider
rent,
I'm
بس
the
احنا we
provider
provided على قد الإيفنت.
Do you have something that you are selling?
No, we sell the service
No,
itself.
it's not. They don't have inventory finished goods. Next.
Okay, for the overhead expenses, firstly it includes the indirect salaries like the marketing agency we shall get for the marketing
Performa,
and
please.
accountants.
Performa?
Okay, for the forma income statement, it was concluded that in the worst case scenario, there will be a loss of 292,000 Egyptian pounds. In the average case scenario, there will be a profit of
Where is your
2,829,000.
taxes? Where is the taxes? Why you didn't add taxes? You mentioned EBIT. Yeah, where are the taxes?
will overhead expense
Taxes. Where are the taxes?
We're tax exempt, we're not paying taxes.
Next.
Okay, for the forma balance sheet, these are our assets and our liabilities.
What
and
is your financial position?
We don't need money to we don't need to finance more money because our assets are larger than our liabilities, and we didn't take a loan.
What is your financial position? What is the financial position for the performa balance sheet? What is your financial position? Profitability ratio. I need
We
profitability
didn't
ratio.
include it here.
Okay, cash flow, please.
and for the waiting for the
Why you prepare cash flow statement? Why you prepare cash flow statement?
عشان نعرف الكاش inflows والكاش outflows
And then,
والكالكوليت بقى
what are the reasons for doing cash flow? What are the indicators of the cash flow?
عشان نعرف الكاش ان اكتر من كاش اوت.
This is the meaning, this is the definition in and out. What are the reason of doing cash
To
flow?
understand if there are too many outflows or if there is too much costs.
Next, please. To look for the liquidity situation of the company. Your conclusion, please.
Okay, so in conclusion, according to the best, worst, and average case scenarios that we have written down, we consider it as a profitable project. As the worst case scenario is the only scenario that was considered with a net loss. Also, as we didn't put it here, but as the payback period stated, that we're going to receive our money in 0.9, which is less than a year. So we'll get paid back for our investment before the end of the first year, which is a good expectation. So we consider that it is worth pursuing.
Thank you so much. Thank you for the presentation.